if you're here and you work in physio, OT, dietitians, occupational therapy, all of those, physical therapy, all of those, can you raise up your hand, please? Great, you guys are here. Now, as an allied healthcare professional in the UK, you guys are sitting on some of the most transferable competency sets as well in the entire workforce. And most of you have no idea, but I'm going to change it today. Now, I'm going to take you profession by profession because the pivots in your sector are quite specific. Now, let's start with physiotherapists. Your core competency is not just physical rehabilitation. No, it is clinical assessment. It is care planning. It is patient education. It is outcome measurement. Now, these four things together make you a credible candidate for roles well beyond working in the therapy gym. Case manager roles within insurance companies and occupational health providers actively recruit physiotherapists. Why? Because you understand functional capacity, you understand returning to work planning, and the relationship between clinical presentation and daily life impact. And that is exactly what those roles require. Occupational health advisors, the positions that they place in vacancy and in recruitment, clinical lead roles within community rehabilitation services, and even medical education support roles in universities all fall within your competency. They all fall within your competency. Now, let's look at occupational therapists. OTs, you guys have the broadest transferable competency profile of any allied health professional in the UK, and it is still underutilized. Your training, it spans, physical health, mental health, social care, housing, community settings. You assess risk. You make recommendations that carry legal and financial weight, particularly in, housing adaptation, care package decisions, even within the social care sector. That profile alone makes you particularly and directly relevant to social care management, safeguarding, mental health tribunals. You can work as professional advisors. You can work in the community care commissioning roles within the local authorities. All you need to do is look. Some experienced OTs, you can move into inspection roles within CQC. Your ability to assess care, the environment within care, care homes, children's homes, and all of that, and measure them against the standards is a core OT competency, and the CQC values it. Now, let's look at dietitians. Dietitians, this is nice for you because you guys are on a different level role, right? Now, registered dietitians in the UK, and this has nothing to do with, regardless of whether you're in the adult sector or pediatric sector, as long as you are HCPC registered professionals with a skill set that extends well beyond clinical nutrition and prescribing food for a child that has allergy. There's health coaching and behavior change roles within GP surgeries, in local authorities, in public health teams, and these roles are growing. The vacancies are popping up every day. You understand, evidence-based practice. You understand behavioral change theory. You understand patient communication positions. You understand, the balance between metabolism and risk assessment. You understand what type of food would work for one person and why it would not work for another person. That in itself is care management on its own. So all you need to do is to posture your transferable competency. You can work in corporate wellness, which is also an expanding space on its own. Private sector organizations these days, they are increasingly employing registered dietitians to work, in their staff well-being programs. There is product development advisory roles within food companies, media consultancy, and that's your HCPC role. HCPC registration. It gives you credibility that unregistered nutritionists and social media critics cannot offer. Now, across these professions that I've mentioned, the pattern is still the same. Your clinical registration is the foundation. Your documented competencies is the currency. The question now is whether you are ready and whether you understand how to spend that currency in the places that the system expects you to, and whether you are ready to invest in it strategically.